In a quiet little village, nestled between golden fields and swaying palm trees, lived four best friends: Lena, Sarah, Maya, and Nora. They were known by everyone as the curious girls of Al Masra Street, and their afternoons were always filled with adventure, exploring every nook and cranny of their sun-drenched neighborhood. One particularly hot afternoon, the air thick with the scent of jasmine, the girls were chasing a butterfly with wings like stained glass. Suddenly, Lena, her eyes wide, came to a halt. "Look," she whispered, pointing with a trembling finger. "There's something behind the old fig tree." Her friends gathered around, their curiosity piqued. Pushing through the thick, leafy bushes, they gasped. Hidden beneath a blanket of tangled vines and a thick layer of dust was an ancient stone well. It looked as though it hadn't been touched in 100 years, yet something about it seemed to shimmer and pulse in the warm sunlight, as if holding a secret. Sarah, always the dreamer, leaned closer, her voice a hushed whisper. "Do you think ... Do you think there's treasure inside?" Maya, who was a little more cautious, giggled nervously. "Or maybe," she added with a shiver, "maybe it's haunted." But Nora, the bravest of them all, just smiled. "There's only one way to find out," she declared, her eyes sparkling with determination. Working together, they found a sturdy rope and tied one end securely to the trunk of a nearby tree. Then they carefully lowered a small empty bucket into the deep, dark hole of the well. The rope went down, 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 until it finally stopped. With all their might, they began to pull it back up, hand over hand, their hearts thumping in their chests. When the bucket finally emerged into the light, it wasn't empty. Tucked inside was a small glass bottle, sealed tightly with a cork, and inside the bottle they could see a tiny, rolled-up piece of paper. With delicate fingers, Lena carefully worked the cork out of the bottle. The paper inside was old and brittle. She unrolled it to reveal a hand-drawn map of their very own village. Every familiar path and landmark was there, but what made their hearts pound with excitement was a bright red X marked near the old date palm grove at the edge of the village. This was it. This was a real-life treasure hunt. Without a second thought, the four friends set off, the precious map clutched in Lena's hand. They followed its winding lines, sneaking past sleepy goats, hopping over dusty fences, their excitement growing with every step. Finally, they arrived at the date palm grove. The air was still and quiet, broken only by the rustling of palm fronds high above. According to the map, the treasure was buried under the largest, oldest palm tree in the grove. They found the spot and began to dig with their bare hands, scooping away the soft, warm earth. It wasn't long before their fingers hit something hard. It was a tiny wooden box. Brushing the dirt away, they lifted it out. Inside, nestled on a bed of faded velvet, was a beautiful silver pendant shaped like a delicate crescent moon. And beneath it, another small, rolled-up note. It read, "For the bravest hearts who never stop believing in wonder." The girls looked at each other, their faces glowing with pure joy and amazement. The treasure wasn't gold or jewels, but something far more precious. Sarah smiled, holding the pendant up to the light. "I guess the village still keeps its secrets," she said softly. From that day on, the four friends promised to protect the mystery of the old well. They had discovered that the greatest treasures weren't always shiny, and that magic could be found in the most unexpected places. And they vowed to keep searching for that magic in their own little corner of the world. Forever the curious girls of Almasra Street. Thank you so much for joining us on this little adventure. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tales of wonder. We'll see you in the next video.